Today I'm going to show you how to replace old battery cable terminals on the vehicle. They get all corroded and damaged like this. They don't make a good connection. So I'm going to show you a way to replace them without having to replace the whole cable. These replacement battery terminals, they make them to where you can peel the insulation off the cable, put it in here and clamp it down. But this often fails. The wire comes loose in here, it corrodes and stuff. So the way I'm going to show you is an alternative of doing it that way. We're still going to be using this terminal. This also is an alternative of replacing the whole battery cable. Obviously, if your battery cable is corroded all the way through, you need to replace the whole cable. But if not, and it's just this terminal that's damaged, you can do this, and this can save you a good bit of money. Some battery cables for some vehicles, especially the positive battery cable that has a lot of leads to it, they can be very expensive. Some things you're going to need to do this with is obviously you're going to need this battery terminal in. I suggest getting some lock washers to put on these bolts to keep them from vibrating loose. Another thing you're going to need is a battery cable lug like this. These come in different gauge sizes. You'll need the correct gauge size lug for the type of battery cable that's on your vehicle. Sometimes you can look up online and see what size gauge your wire is. You can also measure it. If you do measure it, they make a tool that you can measure it with, or you can strip off the insulation off the end of it and you measure the copper part of the cable, and depending on the thousandths of inch or millimeters you measure it in, compare it with a chart. I'll post a chart right here that you can look at too to determine the gauge size. That's very important. Also, you're going to need a way to cut the battery cable itself. You want to make a pretty clean cut, even with the old battery terminal, especially if it's one of the battery terminals that are made onto the wire. They don't have anything you can bolt off or anything. So you can use a hacksaw to cut it with. This will be a little rougher, but it'll work. My favorite way of doing it is using a cutoff wheel. I have this pneumatic cutoff wheel, and you can get right there where the battery cable connects to the old terminal and just cut it smoothly off. Also, I'm going to be using some heat shrink. I got this kind right here. Works pretty good. A lot of times you can get this stuff at Harbor Freight pretty cheap. I couldn't find any in red that was this big, so I just took a permanent marker and put some red on it so I could identify it. You're going to need a heat source to be able to shrink down this heat shrink. The best way to do it is with a heat gun. A hair dryer will work, but it's slower. A heat gun works better. If you don't have either of those, a regular lighter, a cigarette lighter, anything like that with a heat source, a flame will work too. If you're using an open flame to do the heat shrink with, just make sure you hold it far enough away to where you don't scorch the wire or the heat shrink. You don't want to melt any of that, and just go back and forth. That way it kind of helps keep from scorching it anywhere. You're also going to need some sort of tool to crimp this onto the battery cable. This one I have right here came from Harbor Freight. It's a hydraulic wire crimping tool. The hand ones, like you use with normal little blue or red butt splices, they won't crimp something big like that. Biggest they'll crimp like a 10 gauge connector. You're going to need something like this that's real heavy duty to be able to do it with. They make some that you use that you put the wire in the terminal in, and you take a hammer and smack it and it crimps it. This works off a hydraulic piston. It has different size pieces you put in it for different gauge wires. See, like that 7 gauge, and they go into the end of it like so, and they come out. You change them out. You put your battery cable in through here, and once you got it positioned where you want to crimp it, you just pump this, and as you see, it slowly pushes that piston in and crimp it, and then you release it. So if you're going to be doing any of this regularly, I suggest getting one like this. This will make it easier. The kind you smack with a hammer are cheaper, and if you're not doing it very often, that'll probably be the most cost-effective way of doing it. First thing you want to do is completely disconnect the battery. In this case, this is an old diesel, so it has 2 batteries, so I've disconnected both of them. Now I'm getting started on cutting this old terminal off. You can see it's real old and damaged and corroded up. Alright, next we're going to strip away some of this insulation right here. We're going to remove just enough so it fills the length of the inside of this lug. So you just kind of want to match it up, kind of get your mark, and take your razor blade and just lightly score around that insulation. Be careful not to cut into the wire. And be careful, don't cut yourself either. That's real easy to do. You score it around the outside of it. Then you can go along the middle of it. I gotta get one of these gloves off so I can work my fingers. Then you just peel that insulation off. Like that. Now that it's on there, before we get too far, get your piece of heat shrink you're going to use on it. Make sure it'll slide over that eye bolt. If it's a smaller size and it won't go over this part of it, then just make sure to slide this down onto the cable before you put the lug on the end of it. Now once we got the lug on it, sometimes it takes a little fiddling around to get it on there. Now we can crimp it. Slide this in here, and then just a little past the edge this way, we're going to set the tool and start crimping it. Once you got it crimped, release the pressure, slide it out. Now you want to pull on it and make sure that's good and tight and that it ain't going to come off. So we got a pretty good crimp down on it. You can see here I took off a little more insulation than what I really needed, but that's okay because you don't want to have too much off of it, but just a little bit. This heat shrink, it's going to cover that right up. Just going to put that heat shrink on right there. Now we're going to take our heat gun and shrink that heat shrink down. For some extra protection, it's good to put some dielectric grease on your electrical connections. I put some here and on the inside of the terminal and where the lug's going to meet the terminal. That helps keep out moisture, and moisture getting into connections is what creates corrosion. Once I got that done, I'm going to take the bolt from the terminal. I got my lock washer on it. I'm going to put the lug in it and reinstall this bolt. And I'm just going to run it down with my fingers, both of them. Before I tighten it up all the way, I'm just going to get an idea of how this is going to need to be positioned when it goes onto the battery terminal. Then once I got it set the way I want it, I'll go ahead and tighten it down real good. Once you got that done, then you can go ahead and connect the battery back up and take it for a test drive. So you can see that it's charging good and cranks up good now. So that's a job well done. I hope you found this video helpful and useful to you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.